luxurious golden hall sets the scene for a prince and his maid. A signature brew arrived, refreshing mint swirled with velvety cream. She watched nervously as the icy, blue-eyed prince tasted her work. He paused, stirring slowly, before demanding to know the brewer's name. A maid stepped forward proudly then, without warning, disaster struck. Smash! He shattered the cup, leaving the staff trembling in terror. His face remained stone-cold as he summoned the head butler. "Garbage! Fire her immediately," he commanded with total indifference. "Heartless!" Flashback to 1 week ago at the Emmanuel estate. Our heroine Anna served her father tea that he absolutely adored. Magnificent. He cheered, making the young girl's cheeks turn bright red. Surprise, she was a reincarnated tea fanatic reborn as a lady. Oolong, herbal, black tea, this new world was a delicious dream. Her obsession was the secret weapon for her new life's journey. Plus, there was her childhood friend, her very first tea customer. Together, they promised to open their own shop one day. Suddenly, her father's voice shattered her sweet, nostalgic daydream. "Anna, want to work as a royal maid?" She nearly choked. As the youngest, her inheritance was 0. It was work or bust. Anna's spirit wilted. Was her life as a noble already over? Good pay, retirement, bam! She slammed her hand in resolve. "I'll do it," she shouted, flashing a determined, business-ready grin. Royal wages meant her dream tea shop was finally within reach. Soon, she was the palace's newest brewer of elite, luxury leaves. It seemed perfect, until she learned about the prince's dark side. He was a total tyrant who fired staff on a whim. Another cup broken? Who's fired now? The servants whispered in fear. Anna listened, her stomach doing nervous somersaults with every word. They looked at her like she was the next sacrificial lamb. She collapsed behind closed doors, fighting off a total panic attack. Should she quit? Wait, she grabbed her secret, magical notebook. "How was your day?" The book glowed. She grabbed her quill. She vented about her shift to her mysterious, long-distance pen pal. It was a magic diary. Her words reached him across the world. "Real-time chatting. This job is way harder than I thought," she wrote. "What's the job?" He replied, sensing her distress through the ink. "I serve a tea-hating tyrant who fires people for fun," she ranted. Suddenly, a loud voice startled her, nearly making her drop everything. Clumsily, she hid the diary and rushed to answer the door. "Who is it?" she asked, her heart racing a mile a minute. A nervous maid delivered the news. The head maid wanted her. Was this the end? Anna walked toward her fate with dread. "Probation's over," the boss said. "Now go serve His Royal Highness." She tried to run, but that massive salary offer stopped her cold. That much gold? Her dream shop was practically built already. Feeding her family for 2 months? Challenge accepted. She promises to give her absolute all. Smiling at the girl, she accepts the help. Libby heads off to prep the tea table. Anna's in charge of the leaves. It's her big debut serving the prince. No pressure, right? Time to shine. She hunts through the tea bags until she finds a legendary special one. This blend was a hit at the ball. Surely His Highness won't hate it, ... hopefully. Libby watches, sweating bullets, as her coworker giggles like a mad woman over some dried leaves. While walking, Libby whispers that the prince is in a good mood. A rare miracle. Please, no royal drama today. Anna is manifesting a tea-tastic victory with her signature brew. Plot twist. Libby is dismissed instantly. Now, the snobby prince demands more from a trembling Anna. Panicking, she promises a fresh pot. She quickly serves up a piping hot special blend. Anna is vibrating with fear. She shrinks back, waiting for him to spit it out. "Are you the famous new maid?" he asks. Anna's brain short-circuits as she answers him. "She's the official tea girl." A long, awkward silence follows. Then he actually praises her. "Delicious," he says. Anna is shook. He admits it's been ages since he's had good tea. A royal compliment? Anna is honored, but why is he being so nice? It's suspicious. Evening falls. In his study, the prince writes. Suddenly, the butler brings news of the dungeon. A maid is rotting in the dungeon. The butler tries to explain the drama, but the prince says he doesn't care. He ignores the protests like a total cold-hearted boss. Bring me more tea tomorrow. Meanwhile, in the dark dungeon, a torch flickers ominously. Poor Libby is stuck in a tiny cell, feeling totally rejected and gloomy as heck. The dungeon vibes are 0 out of 10. Suddenly, a mysterious blonde hottie appears behind her. Your hard work won't be ignored. Being the prince's shadow is exhausting. He stares at her. Keep your promises, he whispers. He reaches out for a dramatic hand touch. Goodbye for now. Today's special, Anna's creamy, dreamy tea. She stops at the door, taking a deep breath. Standing before a giant knight, she tries to look cool while internally screaming with nerves. Inside, a noble is rambling about boring politics. The prince looks like he's daydreaming. They spot her and the boring meeting comes to a screeching halt. Tea time is here. The prince gives a tiny, handsome nod. Anna rolls her tea cart in like a pro. The noble keeps nagging about paperwork. The prince looks like he'd rather watch paint dry. Exhausted by the yapping, he runs a hand through his hair. Effortlessly hot, of course. He stares at Anna. She serves the tea with a bright, "Please don't fire me," smile. She adds honey with precision. The prince notices she's shaking like a leaf. How cute! Her hands are doing the hula hoop while she delivers the cups. The tension is real. Disaster. The table is buried in boring papers. There's 0 room for her tea tray. The prince actually looks friendly. Anna apologizes, offering to come back when he's less busy. The guest is annoyed, but the prince shuts him down. You're dismissed. Get out, sir. The noble's confused, but one icy, get-lost look from the prince fixes that. Paperwork gone. Now they're all alone. Anna finally hands him the precious cup of tea. Wait, before sipping, he demands a full tea lecture. Anna is still low-key, vibrating with fear. No escape now. Our girl starts explaining the tea's origin story like her life depends on it. It's the elite first harvest from the southern high plains. Basically, the Gucci of tea leaves. Only the softest leaves were used. Suddenly, the prince turns into a detective with questions. Are you sure about that? Anna feels like she's being interrogated. Is it good, Your Highness? I have many more questions, he says, giving her a look that's way too intense. Mind if I keep you here longer? Anna smiles, but her eyes are screaming, help! Anna's soul shivered with dread. That night, she sat in her study, a complete nervous wreck. Still, serving that picky prince wasn't the total nightmare she braced herself for. But watching her colleagues get fired was soul-crushing. One was just a girl her age. They'd made plans. But the prince deemed her tea too bitter and ruthlessly cast her out. Another girl invited Anna to her family bakery, yet her tea also failed his royal standards. Anna watched a knight drag her friend away. Should I just quit before I'm next? Suddenly, her magic book fluttered open. A message appeared. How was your day, Anna? Her pen pal hoped she wasn't overworking, worried some jerk might be giving her a hard time. With teary eyes, she stared at the pages and began venting about her chaotic, miserable day. Since her trainers were fired instantly, her mysterious friend gave that palace a 0-star review. He invited her to join his staff, but she politely declined his incredibly tempting offer. If they worked together, they couldn't gossip freely anymore. Thanks, but no thanks, she wrote. It was a huge gesture. His family ruled the trade world, and he was the heir. Suddenly, knock, knock. Who on earth would be prowling around her door at this ungodly hour? Anna opened the door only to face the head maid's terrifyingly sharp, I mean business, glare. Starting tomorrow, the prince wants double the tea breaks? Anna's brain officially short-circuited in confusion. The old schedule stays, but His Royal Highness has developed a sudden. insatiable craving for snacks. Between meals, she'd serve tea and snacks to the ever-hungry prince. Double shifts, more time with the scary prince. Anna's life was flashing before her eyes. Her soul was literally exiting her body at the thought of getting fired. But then, the head maid dropped a bombshell. Since Anna's workload was doubling, something else would double the salary. Imagining a literal mountain of gold, Anna's exhaustion vanished into thin air. Next morning, while brewing tea, Anna questioned her life choices. Was I blinded by gold? Being a slave to money was embarrassing, especially with the prince's terrifyingly high demands. Why was he such an interrogation machine? She thought he'd be the silent but deadly type. After a grueling tea service, Anna collapsed in her room, only for her book to glow. She checked the page. Her friend was checking in. Hey, did you actually eat dinner today? She'd barely breathed, let alone eaten. Her friend sighed, sensing her hectic, soul-draining day. Why stay in that toxic workplace? He asked, suggesting she find a much safer job elsewhere. He offered to pull some strings for her. Anna's heart fluttered. It was nice being cared for. Touched by his concern, she explained that while the job was murder, the pay was heavenly. The money was too good to pass up. Her curious friend asked the ultimate question. Why save so much? Anna confessed her dream, opening her very own legendary tea shop. There was someone in the capital she longed for. Even as the prince's cold gaze haunted her, she was determined. She'd make the prince fall head over heels in love. With her tea, of course. You have to visit when I open, she wrote. She already had the whole blueprint ready. First floor, cozy tea and snacks. But the second floor? That was for the real VIPs. Only the elite with refined palates allowed. Her friend wondered, just how exclusive are we talking? Super important people only. She teased. He seemed confused. Maybe their worlds were just too different. Their ways of speaking clashed. Suddenly, the book slipped from her fingers like it was alive. The book went wild, pages flying everywhere in a paper whirlwind. Anna stood there, totally baffled. She ducked as pages swirled like a paper storm. Then, out of nowhere, the book exploded with a blinding gold light. Anna watched, paralyzed, as it hit the floor. Her room was a total disaster zone. Shaking, she picked up the book and peeked inside. Inside sat a single bookmark. She grabbed the mysterious scrap, squinting to read the cryptic words. A tiny note delivered a chilling warning. Hide your foreign identity or else. Where did it come from? Anna's signature honey tea was today's healing brew. A shield against winter chills. But who sent that elegantly engraved bookmark? Was it that shady bookseller? Anna suddenly realized her reckless lack of caution. Cleaning the scattered pages, she noticed something incredibly strange about that shop. That eccentric man just gifted her the book with a cryptic, knowing smirk. She cherished it, but that very night, it pulsed with mysterious gold light. The pages came alive. By morning, the entire bookstore had vanished completely. A bright ice cream parlor stood there now, leaving Anna totally dazed. The staff insisted the shop was ancient, leaving Anna's questions totally unanswered. Was that man a fellow outsider? The thought sent shivers down her spine. Yet she couldn't imagine life without her magical book friend's secret chats. Suddenly, golden sparks danced. Anna jolted awake, sensing the magic's warm touch. She grabbed the book, heart pounding as it whispered, "Can I tell a secret?" Thrilled he was back, Anna beamed as her mysterious friend began to confide. It was about a friend someone harboring a secret crush for a long time. Anna's romantic heart skipped. She eagerly offered to be his ultimate wingman. Visit her often, she advised. Shower her with interest and thoughtful questions. Focus on her passions, and she'll surely fall for you in the end. Entering the chambers, Anna found the prince drowning in a sea of paperwork. He looked totally spent, yet his exhausted face was still devastatingly handsome. The butler had warned her. His Highness hadn't caught a wink of sleep. A grumpy prince is a dangerous prince. What was keeping him up? In a raspy, tired voice, he asked for tea. Anna hurried to serve. She offered the cup softly, presenting a bold black tea to wake him. Knowing his sleepless night, the prince took a long, much-needed sip of tea. He exhaled a deep sigh. As she turned, he whispered, "Stay with me." With a soft gaze, he invited a chat, curiously asking about the blend. Our tea expert explained it came from the lush, sun-drenched River Valley estates. He noted the unique kick, a dash of chocolate and cinnamon, she chirped. He enjoyed the talk but had duties. Anna finally slipped away in relief. Phew, she survived the interrogation. She never expected him to make time. "Anna," a cheerful voice echoed. It was Constance, waving from the hall. She came for the menu, thrilled that Anna hadn't been fired just yet. As the head chef, Constance ruled the kitchen and the prince's sweet treats. She was Anna's true ally, remembering when our heroine was just a klutz. Back then, Anna fumbled every dish, while mean girls whispered toxic gossip. Suddenly, the formidable Mrs. Constance marched in to save the day. She silenced the snakes instantly, demanding to know where her tea leaves were. Seeing Anna's silent tears, the chef offered a gentle, surprising pat of comfort. "It's all right, dear," she soothed, radiating a motherly and heartwarming warmth. "The prince won't bite," she said, placing a soft handkerchief in Anna's hands. Inside were delicious cookies. She tenderly stroked Anna's golden hair like a daughter. "I was only teasing," she laughed. "You're doing a truly wonderful job." "My heart races facing him," she joked, sharing pie while Anna brewed tea. Anna serves a fragrant brew to match the pie. Mrs. Constance swears no tea beats Anna's special blend. Anna eyes the golden treat. That crust looks so buttery and delicate. It's practically calling her name. Look at that thick filling, one bite in, and Anna's in heaven. Mrs. Constance truly is an angel. "Eat your heart out," the lady insists. "Our girl is floored. This flavor is a total game changer." Suddenly, the mood shifts. The lady drops the ultimate bomb. "Anna, dear, are your chores actually finished?" Gasp. Anna bolts upright. She totally forgot the head maid's endless to-do list from earlier. Mrs. Constance just chuckles at her panic. But then, in a clumsy blur of distraction, crash, a teacup goes down. Flustered and blushing, Anna starts frantically scrubbing the spill. The lady waves her off toward her duties. "I'll handle this mess, but on one condition, ... You must brew us more tea next time." Anna thanks her, grabs a final bite, and sprints off. Mrs. Constance beams at the praise, promising an even more legendary snack for their next secret tea party. Racing through the halls, Anna's heart sinks. Not because of the mess, but because of that unfinished pie. Oh, the tragedy. Meanwhile, the lady hums while tidying up the table. Sparkle, sparkle. The table is pristine again. Even the flowers look like they've been touched by magic. She considers saving a slice for Anna's late-night snack when she spots something peculiar. Those lily ... are they glowing? Why are they so stunning? It's all thanks to the secret menu. Honey-baked fruit and artisan decorations misses. Constance puts her whole soul into every single crust. Rumor has it she knows over 1,000 recipes. But it's a secret. Morning breaks at the palace. Bundles of herbs hang like emerald chandeliers from the ceiling, making Anna's morning prep a total breeze. A quick stretch in Voila. Everything is organized. Anna feels like the ultimate tea leaf master. Efficiency means more me time to read. Let's rewind the clock to Count Manuel's gloomy mansion. Slam! Anna's sister hits the table in a huff. She's throwing a total tantrum over a book. Apparently, Anna is uncultured for not knowing the city's hottest bestseller. Back to the present, Anna unearths that very same dusty novel. It's time to see what all the hype was about. The title? I'm the sick duke's contract bride, but the obsessive emperor won't let me go. Classic. Hardly palace-appropriate reading material. It's a spicy tale about a girl, a chance meeting, and an emperor who falls head over heels into a deep, dark obsession. He's completely whipped for her. He awakens legendary powers, crushes his rivals, and seizes the throne just for his lady love. Fast forward, he's a blood-stained tyrant now. When they reunite, he's covered in the crimson of his enemies. The poor girl is terrified. She begs the stranger to stay back, totally clueless that he's the emperor. Asterisk knock, knock. A golden-haired cutie appears. It's Arthur. He announces the prince has finished his meal. Anna hides her trashy novel under a cloth and prepares to face the prince with a professional smile. So, Arthur, Anna whispers, what did His Highness devour for lunch today? Arthur lists it off. Fancy fish with asparagus, followed by a massive, high-end filet mignon steak. And for the grand finale, chocolate pudding. Later, Anna presents a refreshing, minty iced tea. The prince stares at his cup, baffled. There are frozen rocks in my drink? Explain yourself. Anna smirks. Care to know the secret of this brew? The butler nearly faints at her boldness. The prince is intrigued. Anna starts her explanation, but then her brain hits a massive speed bump. Wait, the modern world name for this tea doesn't exist here. Time to fake it till she makes it. It's called Moro Mint Tea, she bluffs. The prince leans in, hooked on her every word. She spins a tale about special leaves and a secret ratio of crisp apple slices and fresh mint. The mint is bold, she explains confidently, so I use toasted leaves to keep the harmony perfect. The prince is impressed. This girl actually knows her stuff. Her solution was surprisingly brilliant. Anna gets fired up, rambling about even more tea hacks. She's totally in her element now. But the prince isn't even listening to the tea facts. He's just mesmerized by her radiant, joyful face. The noble seemed utterly captivated by her intellect. But soon, duty calls Anna away. She bids him farewell while he watches her retreat, mesmerized by her soft humming. Out of nowhere, he tugs her ribbon, stopping her. His eyes are full of sudden anxiety. He starts a quiz. Anna is baffled when he demands her stance on imperial tax laws. Our heroine is totally lost. Like a strict professor, he asks for 5 pros and cons. Anna's brain short-circuits at the fiscal jargon. Then comes a wild moral dilemma. Save a carriage or run over bridgegoers. Anna is stunned. Teas were way easier. His passion for sweets was much cuter. He really lived for his desserts and brews. The prince was a total foodie for cookies. How does he stay so fit? Back in her room. Anna lies on the floor, trying to shake his dazzling visuals out of her head. She dives back into her novel. The story's prince was finally ready to pop the question. A royal proposal on gold-sealed parchment. But our clever heroine sees the tyrant's trap. With her butler's help, she plots an escape from this forced engagement. She proposes a contract marriage to a sickly duke who's been pining for years. He says yes instantly. Anna is hooked. This plot is getting spicy. But wait, who's the real male lead? Meanwhile, in the palace's private wings, the prince summons his butler. Poor Derek panics, fearing he messed up the royal books. The prince assures him the math is perfect. Wait, so what is the problem? Is the prince taking notes from Anna's book? The noble hesitates, looking nervous. He's unusually shy. Derek waits as the prince awkwardly flips through a novel. Suddenly, he blurs out, "How do I win someone's heart?" Derek is absolutely floored, frozen in shock. Today's special was mint tea, perfect after a heavy mental meal. The prince claims a friend needs dating tips to succeed in a romance. Classic excuse. He then asks how to subtly uncover a crush's secret favorites. Smooth, your highness. Derek wonders who'd ever asked this man for love advice. The prince sighs about failed efforts. He thought more time together meant closeness, but they're drifting apart. Derek realizes the truth. This friend is definitely him. The butler finally understands the prince's recent chaos. No wonder he's been such a demanding nightmare lately. Derek recalls the endless piles of paperwork and books he has had to haul around. Even his sleep was sacrificed for the prince's frantic whims. I'm going to be the first fired butler, he worries. Then he offers a pro tip. He suggests His Majesty's friend should just show off his natural charms. The two plot their strategy. Next morning, Anna arrives with the prince's tea. Upon entering, she's practically blinded. The prince is glowing like a sun god today. Step 1, flaunt those charms. The prince is literally radiating handsomeness. Step 2, play the mysterious silent type. Let the tension do the work. He stands up and Anna shields her eyes. Today's brew was made from premium spring leaves. Infused with rare Central Kingdom blooms, it was the peak of floral elegance. He stays quiet while she pours. Our girl cannot help but notice his lethal visuals. That sharp jawline, those piercing blue eyes. He is frustratingly gorgeous. He is like an exotic masterpiece. Anna explains the mispreserved tea leaves from the plains. The delicate flavor is a perfect match for the royal sweets. He takes a sip. Anna is internally screaming. Why isn't he talking? The silence is deafening. He finally drains his cup. The interrogation is over. Anna makes a run for it before the questions start. But as she turns to leave, His Highness peeks through the door, eyes sparkling. Derek whispers, "Are my seduction tips actually working, sir?" Anna frets over the prince's afternoon mood. Wearing a grave look, she prepares to face the royal storm. She steps inside, tea tray in hand, but the sight waiting for her leaves her completely speechless. Why on earth was the prince half-dressed in breezy Southern Empire silk? Is he trying to kill her? Little did she know Derek's latest expert advice was for the prince to show off some skin. Stuttering in shock, Anna blushes deep red. Today's tea is Yoon. Cranberry-infused, Your Highness. She squeaks. Are you ill? He asks. But Anna's brain short-circuits at the sight of his perfectly sculpted, chiseled abs. Panicked, she dumps the tea and bolts. The prince stands there, shirtless and utterly confused by her escape. Why did she run? Back in her room, Anna's heart is still racing like a runaway carriage. What kind of cruel torture was that? She groans, face palming over her chaotic, undignified exit. Is he trying to force her to quit? She worries he's punishing her for her father's nepotism. Anna's anxiety skyrockets as she fears the prince hates her very presence in the palace. Will I be fired next? She whimpers. Her hands shake as she reaches for her only comfort. Grabbing her secret magical book, she fumbles with the ink, desperate to pour her heart out. Disaster strikes. Her shaky grip fails, and black ink splashes across the pages in a messy puddle. She scribbles a frantic plea for help to her mysterious pen pal, but only silence follows. Suddenly, a golden light wakes her. Her secret friend finally replies, apologizing for the agonizingly long delay. He's heartbroken she's suffering, yet thrilled she trusts him. He promises to protect her no matter what. Did he stay up all night for her? Thank you, she writes, her heart fluttering at his kindness. Morning brings a new Anna. Fear is gone, now she's just a girl on a mission to get rich. She checks on Derek, who looks exhausted. His Highness finally passed out. The weary butler sighs in relief. Another sleepless night for the prince? Anna realizes this bizarre pattern is becoming a royal habit. Shrugging it off, she prepares to drop the tray in his room, bracing for more chaos.